Hello YouTube subscribers, today or tonight whenever you're watching this, I am doing another Fox Marvel movie review, and today's Fox Marvel movie review is Daredevil, Ben Affleck's Daredevil. And for I Ben Affleck's Daredevil, okay, don't get me wrong, I get it. It came out, I want to say, a few years later after The Last Stand. It was the second superhero Fox got their hands on from Marvel to try and make money off of. And as I said, in my yesterday's video review for the Fantastic Four, basically, once Fox failed with Daredevil and Elektra, they got the they went back to Marvel, made a deal for the Fantastic Four, made a Fantastic Four movie in 2005, I think, and then yeah, that did better than their Daredevil movie, which, okay, I will say straight off the bat, Ben Affleck did not do a bad job as Daredevil. He did his best. He basically did a good job playing Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. I liked the actor who played Foggy, which it's actually funny because knowing the actor that played Foggy and Ben Affleck's Daredevil turn around and became not just the director of the Iron Man films, but also Happy Hogan, that turned around and played Happy Hogan in the MCU as Iron Man butler slash driver. Well, not really butler, but like a friend slash driver type thing. But the acting is good. I will set this straight. The Ben Affleck Daredevil movie is not completely bad. It's not completely good either. It got the line straight down the middle of it's just, but for the acting's not bad. The casting's not bad. I liked who they cast to play the first live action of Elektra, the first live action of Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. I I liked who they cast to play the first live action best friend and business partner of Daredevil, which is Foggy. And for this to be the very first Daredevil movie, anything live, well, not really the first. I can't really say it was the first typically, completely, like, straight off the bat, each character straight off the bat from a Daredevil comic. Yeah, first time ever. But they actually did do Daredevil years ago before Fox ever got the rights. It was when Marvel did the Incredible Hulk in trial or on trial or something like that. And the lawyer that David Banner, aka the Incredible Hulk, got to defend him was Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. But at that time, it wasn't really much of a. It was pretty much a black shirt, pants, and mask. Kind of like how we see in the beginning season, the first season of Netflix Daredevil, just a little less padding. Um, but jump to now to Ben Affleck's Daredevil that Fox did. Like I said, the casting was good, the acting was good. They all threw the actor they got to play Kingpin was really good. I actually praise him as Kingpin. He compare okay if we never gotten the if Netflix never got the rights to Daredevil and did their Daredevil series, I would say the only person that could automatically play Kingpin perfectly is the actor that played Kingpin in Ben Affleck's Daredevil. Now, I kind of hate to say it, but when Netflix did their own Daredevil, um, in series form, I did like who they choose to play Kingpin in that, and also came back to play Kingpin in the MCU, and still gonna play Kingpin in the MCU. Just both of those actors really know how to hold the character of the Kingpin in their own way, from holding bits of the comic, but also throwing their own flair into the character. Which, to me, I feel like that's what made it really good from both actors. Especially going from Ben Affleck as Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, to the actor that Netflix got, that played in the Netflix series and also came back and staying in the MCU as Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. Did I like Elektra in the Netflix TV series? A little bit, not much, but a little bit. I liked how I liked her storyline, which I feel like that's why I was okay the way her character was, and including the way how the Netflix TV series was. But if it tried to get the same design, same pattern, the same feeling of Ben Affleck's Daredevil, then no, I wouldn't have. So yeah, I did like Ben Affleck's Daredevil's Elektra, because it really went good. And Bullseye, but the casting, the acting was really good. It was all there. It was all easily laid out. The story plot was really good. It basically gave the layout of basically the storyline for Daredevil, not just Daredevil, even though it was his own movie. It kind of laid out a little bit of a origin story for Kingpin, Bullseye, which it's actually funny in the movie when Kingpin asked Bullseye what would you like in return, and how he's like, a bloody costume, and that's only because Fox did not want to cough up the money and do a Bullseye costume, and they just wanted him to have a alligator leather jacket, a tank top, and frickin' jeans or whatever, with a frickin' mark on his forehead resembling a target. Um, uh, but So to me, knowing that Fox didn't want to cough up the money for a costume for Bullseye, and for them to throw that in, I just think it was funny. Story plot wise, I truly feel like it was good. It was really there. How, like I was saying, it explained the origin to Daredevil, not just Daredevil in his own movie, but Elektra, a little bit of Kingpin, a little bit of Bullseye, so and how it kind of made it full circle between each character a little bit. Um, the action was good to a certain point, but once they got to like the weird cartoony CGI, it could have been tweaked a little bit longer, a little bit better. I mean, don't get me wrong, I get it. It came out in the early 2000s. Early 2000s did not have that great CGI, but it still passed to be, to some superhero movies still pass to be a good movie, like the very first X-Men, and that aged pretty fine, pretty well. And even though, yeah, there are, you could tell now these days some of the defaults. But with Daredevil, you automatically see it. You don't even need it to age when it first came out. You could automatically tell. But ignoring that, the basically the rest of the fighting scenes that didn't need CGI, um um the way Fox was trying to do their own way of Daredevil's seeing, hearing, was good to a certain point until you actually start having a problem with it if you're a deep Daredevil comic book fan, because that's all that leans to the issue, is that basically you need to do something at least right if you're going to do a character. That's why when Netflix was doing it, they did the research and they actually did it right to a certain point. Now, another thing that was good about the movie, that basically I liked how it referenced one of the Daredevil comics when he was on top of a church holding onto a cross, and there was blood dripping down it. That was from a Daredevil comic. I like how it referenced that. I liked how basically there's not really much I like about Ben Affleck's Daredevil movie. I mean, to a certain point, I like it, but there's not really much to like. There's more to hate than like. Because what the CGI could have been better. I mean, like I said, the very first X-Men movie had kind of had the same defaults, but hide it a lot more better. And it came out in the 2000s, the very first year that hit 2000. And Daredevil came out like years later. So, but, uh, uh, um, but, shit, where was I going with this? Oh, it just felt like okay, sure, it's a comic book movie, so of course it's gonna feel like a comic book movie. But like Iron Man, sure, okay, Iron Man, X-Men, Fantastic Four, those were based on comic books, but it didn't feel like too much of a comic book movie. And this and Daredevil, Ben Affleck's Daredevil, felt like you were watching a movie flip page by page comic book. That's just how much the CGI made it look like. Kind of like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Hulk movie, that kind of made most of the scenes look like it jumped from, into a page and out of a page of a comic book. That you were expecting because they meant to do that, and most of the CGI in that was a little bit more better. But with this, that's not what they were going for. That you knew what they were trying to go for with the story they're trying to tell, and with all that, it just did not land. It did not perfectly hit most comic book fans correctly, most Marvel fans correctly. And to me, I feel like that was the problem. Now, is it all Ben Affleck's fault? No. Will I blame him like most Marvel fans would? No. Should he give himself a break and come back as Daredevil? Maybe in Deadpool and Wolverine, which I heard rumors about that. That's exactly why I'm actually doing this review. Um, um, sure, would I have liked to see a Daredevil 2? Because there was supposed to be a Daredevil 2 after the solo, uh, somewhat sequel, solo spinoff Elektra movie, because Daredevil ended where Elektra did survive, because basically Kingpin killed Elektra's dad and then hired Bullseye to kill her, and then you didn't know how she survived at the end of Daredevil, but she left Matt a sign that she was still out there, still alive, and fine. And, I really, and then her soul, which, but I would like to see Ben Affleck back as Daredevil for one more time, for one good time, because to me, I feel like that was the one good superhero he actually did succeed with. Batman, hell no. But Daredevil, yes. Until the Netflix slash MCU actor came in, then that actor out tops Ben Affleck. To me, it goes like this: the actor that played in the Netflix series slash MCU as like my first favorite actor that played Daredevil, and then the Ben Affleck is like my second favorite actor that played Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. But just overall, Daredevil does have a lot of its issues, and once you get to a certain point of the movie, it is more harder and harder and harder to try and sit through. While you see more of the movie using more CGI fighting scenes than actual training, fighting, realistic scenes. But is it still worth enough to have in your Marvel collection? Yeah, it is. Is it a good movie to like waste time and kind of make fun of, and to enjoy most of the time of actually being a Daredevil fan, of being a Marvel fan? Yeah, because it is a good movie to watch to a certain point, of like the storytelling, the acting, most of the fighting scenes, and because like this whole, because he got Ben Affleck's Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, and after he gets intertwined with Elektra, you see, and the night when he was gonna save her and her dad, um, it all went to shit. It all went to wrong. That basically, uh, he lost one of his proton things or whatever, and then and Bullseye had it, and then he threw it, and it hit her dad right in the chest and killed him, which it made her think that he killed her dad and not the other guy, and I don't know how she didn't even see the other guy. Um, 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 oh wait, yeah, that's right. She was laying down. She was laying down on the ground, and her dad stand up. Uh, because they got into a car crash. Thanks to Bullseye by killing the drivers. Um, uh, but uh, eh, which you quickly, and then you quickly see the whole intertwined story plot that the story has between each character, and that basically the song they play, um, when they show Elektra training, practicing to kill Daredevil, and when she's like swinging her scythe around and slicing the bags with the sand, and while you're also seeing that, you're also seeing Daredevil suit up to go out in the night to find his girl, to protect her, to let her know, and um and and the song represents both of them. Basically, when she's so blind by revenge, she is so that she's falling, she's drowning in it, and that she can't wake up from it. And Daredevil's part is that where he needs to try exactly that, to remind her revenge is not exactly what it seems to be. Revenge isn't gonna solve anything. That basically, yes, you got the wrong, you saw the wrong person that night after. Yeah, sure, that's my weapon, but I didn't kill your father. You got the wrong idea and stuff like that. But and after that night, that basically knowing that Matt knowing that he didn't mean to, but that basically the devil created a, a monster in his path, and that's part of the whole purpose, is that basically having Matt learn who is he, who as a lawyer, as well, not really much as a lawyer, but more as Daredevil. Is he good? Is he bad? Is he the actual devil, or is he angel in devil clothing? And it leaned more into making Matt think he is the devil by accidentally creating his girl, making her think that he accidentally killed her dad, and after she sees her dad getting killed by his weapon, he realized he accidentally created, not trying to be religious here, but a demon, and and that he basically needs to stop that demon to go even further. Yeah, which that didn't go out well because when he was trying to talk to her, she was basically swinging and cutting him, and right when she stabbed him, she took off his mask, and that's when she woke up and realized, oh shit, you're my boyfriend, yada yada yada. Now I understand. Oh, yeah, and then her and Bullseye fight not very well. Bullseye won the fight, um, which is understandable because she just got into the gig and no and um basically the way she was losing was understandable. Um, uh, so it, it just it was just one cash grab movie for Fox, but also wow to bring out something new for Marvel to sell from one of their other Marvel heroes besides the X-Men and uh Spider-Man, Ghost Rider. I think Ghost Rider came out um after Fantastic Four or between Daredevil and Ghost Rider and Fantastic Four. But anyway, um and then Elektra. I know I said yesterday that I wasn't gonna review Elektra, but Elektra, I don't know. I mean, her movie was good as well. It was pretty even out as Ben Affleck's Daredevil movie because it her movie was basically the same CGI fighting, the same choreographic fighting, by not using CGI most time and by using CGI most time for the fighting. The storytelling was could have been better. Actually, Daredevil had a better story plot than Elektra movie, because it was about her on this mission from basically from her master that brought her back to life, called Stick, which in the Netflix series Stick actually is a complete asshole in the Netflix series, and sorry, excuse me, traded Matt uh to be a warrior, and Matt turned around, left, became Daredevil and stuff like that. Um, when also in the Netflix series, they also showed that Stick raised Elektra, kind of a little bit, and also trained her. But in the Elektra movie, it showed that he trained her even more after like stuff that she didn't know, and that after he bring her back to life. Which I did like the actor who they chose to play Stick. And Elektra. Um, uh, but with a hint of her having a feeling of that's who gave her the mission, which her mission was to kill a father and a daughter, and that the foot or the hand, whatever it it's the villain was a organization called the hand or the fist or the foot, whatever. Um, that's kind of it's a little confusing when it comes to that because it's a group of gift and Elektra. It was an organization of a board member that likes to have gifted people and use them for evil. And that's why they were after the little girl, because she was more stronger than the other special people that they already had, and with her, they would be unstoppable. So at first Elektra was there to kill them, but she had a change of heart to protect her, and I am reviewing that. And she basically, uh, at the end of the movie, of stopping each of the gifted people that the hand had, um, um, to go after the little girl. Then the little girl and her dad went off to be happy ever after without Elektra, which kind of disappointed the dad because the dad actually fell in love with her, but she didn't want to go with them because she knew she was on a different path. And um, after the Elektra movie, Fox was supposed to do a Daredevil 2 where Elektra and Daredevil met back up, but since Fox knew how terrible the first Daredevil movie was and how that failed, and then how terrible the Elektra movie was even more of a failure, then they just decided to give up on those two characters altogether. So drop your comments down below if you guys enjoyed this video. What did you guys think of the Ben Affleck's Daredevil movie? Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys not enjoy it? Do you guys have mixed feelings on it, kind of like I do? What's your favorite Marvel comic? What's your favorite Daredevil Marvel comic? What's your favorite? Who's your favorite actor that played Daredevil? Is it Ben Affleck, or is it the guy that I mentioned earlier that played in the Trial of the Incredible Hulk, or was it the Netflix series Daredevil / MCU Daredevil? What's your favorite Marvel movie? What's your anything Marvel, anything Daredevil? Just drop it in the comments down below. If you're a newcomer dropping by randomly by one of my videos, I am glad you did. I welcome you with open arms, and I will gladly open my arms wider if you hit that subscribe button, because I welcome all new and old subscribers with open arms. If you're an old subscriber, a original old subscriber, welcome back. I appreciate you guys always coming back to every single of my videos. Also hit that like button if you liked this video. Hit that dislike button if you didn't like this video. I do not mind the true, honest opinion. I know all my videos aren't that great, so hey, and including they're very long, so since today's Friday, I'm also gonna review my next review that I'm gonna do after this one is Descendants 4: The Rise of Red, and then maybe later on today will be Long Legs. So keep an eye out for those two videos. Have a nice day, have a nice night whenever you're watching this. Peace.